Okay, last question of the week, page 177, question 12. A reading: a department store buys 300 shirts at a cost of $1,800 and sells them for $10 each. Okay, so the way a business works is you buy cheap material and you sell it a bit more expensive so that you create some profit. You make money. Okay, and the department store buys shirts, 300 of them, but for $1,800, and then they're trying to make money by selling each one of those shirts uh, for $10. Question is find the task here. Find the percent markup rounded to nearest percent. Okay, so the difference in dollars between the amount of money they invested in the shirts versus the amount of money they got from all the shirts. What percent from the money that they invested is that markup? Okay, so the markup is just gonna be obtained by um, using this equation. Okay, the proportion. However, the percent requires a dollar value. So I'm gonna go ahead and do two things. Number one, I'm gonna find out how much money they make from the shirts. So if 300 shirts is the amount that they buying, and each one of those shirts they sell for $10, I'm gonna repeatedly add 10 300 times, right? But I won't do it because I'm not a second grader. I'm gonna go ahead and multiply 300 times 10, and I'm gonna get $3,000. Okay, so all the shirts, I'm gonna call this profit. Okay, all the money that they got from the shirts is $300. Okay, yes, that's the how much money they got. However, how much money difference did they get? Okay, actually, I shouldn't call this profit. I should call this revenue. But I'm not gonna get into economics. That's high school. But I'm gonna really find the profit right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and find the difference between the amount of money that they made versus the amount of money that they invested. So I'm gonna subtract $3,000 that they made minus $1,800 that they invested in those shirts. Okay, so I'm gonna subtract 0, 0, and from here I'm gonna go ahead and just call this 10 and this 2, and that's how we do it. Okay, so this over here is the real profit. Okay, this over here is how much money they made um, taking away the investment. Okay, so this 1200 represents what percent of the investment. That's the markup. Okay, it's a lot of money they made, by the way. So let's just call this the profit now. Okay, so let's go to a proportion equation and enter this in. So first question: what is my 100% amount? Meaning that what's the money that we calculated the markup from? Okay, what's the amount of money they invested? Yes, the amount is $1,800. Okay, and out of that they made some money. Okay, it's 200, but what percent is that? We don't know. So we're gonna place our x here on the left or here on the right. Yes, since we are trying to find a markup percent, I'm gonna place this x right here. We don't know the percent, we place it right there. And we do know how much that is in dollars. That will be $1,200. Okay, super easy problem. Okay, so step one complete. Step two, cross multiply. So first, I'm gonna just draw my little butterfly wings like this. Awesome. And I'm gonna start here. I'm multiplying x times 1800. What is 1800 times x? Yes, that is just 1800x. And then I'm gonna multiply 100 times 1200, which equals what? Okay, so a little trick that we learned in elementary. If we multiply times 100, the point gets moved twice to the right. Okay, so I'm gonna have just 120,000. Okay, so my equation with big numbers is just equal to will be 1800x equal to 120,000. Okay, that's it. Then step 2 is completed. Step 3, divide to solve for x. Okay, I'm gonna copy my equation, 1800 here, equal to 120,000. Awesome. And then I'm dividing by that number. What number is that? That would allow me to isolate or leave the x by itself and cancel that amount over there. What number do I divide both sides of the equation by? Yes, 1800 here and 1800 there. Okay, cancel x by itself. Okay, good. Super good. Okay, so all we gotta do right now is just divide 120,000 by 1800. What is that equal to? Okay, I won't be asking you this question in the quiz because look at those numbers, ridiculous. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do some math tricks over here that allow me to divide this more comfortably. So originally you had to do this. Okay, so super uncomfortable. I don't like the amount of zeros are there. So we're gonna use a property of those zeros, okay? When you divide a bunch of zeros, they cancel each other. Like that. Okay? So what we're doing right now is it's gonna turn into just 1200 divided by 18. Super easier to do. Okay, so I'm gonna divide that. Okay, so how many times does 18 fit in 1? 0. I subtract the 0 and I get 1 back. I drop that 2. Now, how many times does 18 fit in 12? 0 again. Okay, I multiply, I get 0. I subtract, I get 12, and then boom, 18. Sorry, 120. Now, how many times does 18 fit in 120 now? Okay, all right, so as you do more long division, you become better at this, okay? So right now, I'll do my mental math, and I'll say that I'm going to go ahead and call this 6 times, okay? 6 times. So 18 times 6, let's try that. So what's 6 times 8? 48. And 6 times 1, 6 plus 1 plus 4, 10. 108, okay? Sorry about that. So that's, I think, the closest we can get to 120 without going over. So I'm going to go ahead and just put a 10 right here, 6 right here. And I'm going to just ask myself, what is 6 times 18? Okay, subtracting 108. Good. So if I subtract here, I get a 10 over here, a 1, and a 0. Good. Pretty close. And we're going to get something called repeated, okay? So look at this. If I got another 120, okay? So we'll learn something in math in the beginning of the school year that whenever we have this pattern of repeating, we call this repeated. So we're going to have another 6 over here, and 6 continues. Repeat it, right? Good. So we get that amount over there. So, oh, by the way, the 6 is actually the point. I messed up on the point. Can we fix that? Thank you so much. The point's supposed to be right here. Sorry about that. That's it. See that? I messed up on that. The point is right there. I misplaced it. Rookie mistake right there. Okay. So that's my answer. 66.6 repeating percent. Okay, that's a lot of profit. Usually businesses don't go that far. Okay, but this business is thriving, so good for them. So you gotta find the nearest the percent markup right to the nearest percent. Okay, so over here this is gonna be our tenths. Since it's bigger than 5, I'm gonna round this number up 1 number. So it's gonna become approximately 67%. That's the markup. Again, a lot of profit. Good for them. Please finish the notes for this 2 problems, and please ask for the last stamp and submit your stamp sheet for the week. And if you're still working on stamps from last week, please do so. Since today is the last day, you get to submit those without any late penalties. Thank you.